Good evening and welcome to Ignite News on 6 at 6. It's Friday, October 10th, 2025. I'm Rihanna Nikram. Thanks for joining us. Here are the headlines. Attorney Rinee Kissoon posthumously named senior counsel as loved ones remembered her strength, compassion, and lifelong pursuit of justice. Kanu Director James Singh says true success lies in prevention, not seizures, as Ghana strengthens efforts to block narcotics at their source. Ghana is expanding its fight against gender-based violence with a stronger Family Violence Act, new tech tools, and a growing community network. And farmers from across Ghana prepares to showcase livestock skills and innovation at the Ruminant Expo in Berbice. Family, friends, and colleagues gathered in Memorial Gardens in Georgetown today to celebrate the life and legacy of attorney at law Rinee Kissoon. Kissoon, remembered as a loving mother, devoted wife, and passionate advocate for justice, was posthumously conferred the title of senior counsel by President Dr. Irfan Ali, honoring her exemplary service and the high standards she set in the legal fraternity. In a heartfelt tribute, her husband, Chief Justice Navinder Singh, described Kissoon as his partner and best friend, recalling how they built their law firm together in 2008, united by their love for the law and for justice.
Rinee, again, quickly earned the respect of her peers. And I say not just because she was brilliant, but because she was kind, fair, and fearless. She represented anyone and everyone, especially those who couldn't afford it. And she did so with compassion and conviction.
President Ali praised Kissoon's compassion, brilliance, and professionalism, saying her resilience and commitment to justice left a lasting mark on all who knew her.
It is therefore my honor today to confer posthumously upon her the title of senior counsel. A distinction she earned through her mastery of the law, her dedication to justice, and the example she set for younger members of the bar.
He added Kissoon's life embodied what can be achieved through perseverance and grace, knowing her required strength continues to inspire those in the legal community and beyond. Minister of Local Government and Regional Development, Priya Manik Chan, remembered Kissoon as an outstanding attorney whose drive and advocacy inspired many.
She was beautiful, but you hardly noticed that in work. You saw her skill, her learning, her drive, her experience, and her amazing advocacy.
Kissoon, who was diagnosed with colon cancer in 2015, is said to have faced her illness with remarkable courage. Her family said despite enduring countless challenges, she continued to work and serve others, guided by an unshakable determination and spirit of forgiveness. She was also a devoted mother to her two children, ages 16 and 14, whom she adored deeply. Authorities now have a clear understanding of the sources behind recent threats against Customs Anti-Narcotics Unit Director James Singh. The threats, first reported in August 2025, are linked to crackdowns on major drug trafficking operations in Guyana. Authorities say intelligence shared by international partners indicated that high-level drug figures were frustrated by recent seizures and law enforcement actions.
We received some information where the threat came from and the possible group behind it. In this field, there is always a threat. This was more pronounced, and working with our counterparts both locally and internationally, it's still there, but I think we are more aware of what's going on, and those organizations that are behind it have been, I wouldn't say targeted, but a lot more attention has been paid to them, both within Guyana and externally.
When asked about the specific organizations, Singh highlighted Venezuela's role in the regional drug trade.
Well, I can tell you most of the drugs that are coming into Guyana are coming from our counterpart, well, not counterpart, sorry, our neighboring country, Venezuela, which is labeled a narco state. So they would be the ones who have a vested interest in intimidating us, as they normally do, to allow the drugs to move freely. Because obviously they're not doing enough to stop the flow of drugs, whether by sea or by air.
Singh also addressed whether the threats were personally directed at him.
Sometimes we view success differently. For Kanu, our aim, our mandate is to stop the flow of narcotics. I would have said this before, standing on 4.4 tons is not a success. We found it, but it should not have arrived in the first place.
Authorities have since heightened security measures for Singh and key Kanu personnel. As authorities tighten security around Kanu's leadership, the agency remains focused on what it considers the real victory, stopping drugs before they ever reach Guyana's shores. Director James Singh emphasized that the ultimate goal is not large seizures of drugs.
Sometimes we view success differently. For KANU, our aim or mandate is to stop the flow of narcotics. I would have said this before, standing on 4.4 tons is not a success. We found it, but it should not have arrived in the first place.
Singh was referring to a major seizure of 4.4 tons of cocaine last year at an illegal airstrip, carried out in collaboration with the Ghana Defense Force Special Forces. While the seizure was significant, Singh says KANU measures success by preventing such shipments from entering the country in the first place. He also highlighted ongoing efforts to strengthen deterrence, working closely with local and international partners.
We continue to work on putting up a strong deterrence that Ghana will not allow the flow of drugs into their country, and that's why we're working with our international partners.
On border security, Singh said interagency collaboration is critical.
Ghana, as a result of our interagency collaboration, the Ghana Defense Force, Ghana Police Force, and all the agencies are working to strengthen our borders and working with our international partners to ensure.
KANU continues to focus on proactive prevention, aiming to stop narcotics before they reach communities. Crystal Fisher has filed an appeal to the Caribbean Court of Justice, challenging the October 2nd ruling of the Ghana Court of Appeal in the constitutional case against the Ghana Elections Commission. The legal challenge stems from GCOM's decision to exclude the Forward Ghana movement from ballots in several regions for this year's general and regional elections. Both the High Court and the Court of Appeal had previously dismissed the case, ruling that FGM had not fielded candidates in those constituencies and that including them on ballots would therefore be unlawful. Following the Court of Appeal decision, FGM has been ordered to pay $1 million each to Attorney General and GCOM by November 14th. Fisher's legal team argues that the previous rulings were flawed, prompting appeal to the CCJ, which is Ghana's final court of appeal. Legal experts say the case raises important questions about equal voting rights and proportional representation across the country. In addition to the CCJ appeal, Fisher plans to take the matter to the United Nations Human Rights Committee, examining whether Guyana's electoral system aligns with international standards on the right to vote. When returned, government steps up support for survivors of gender-based violence. The Bureau of Statistics begins a household listing exercise, and Bishop's High alumni guide students toward career success.
Fuel it up and drive, super 95, tune up. Fuel it up and drive, super 95, tune up. Protect your fuel system, boy. High mileage and performance, boy.
Guy Oil Super 95 gasoline gives you more reasons to drive and is available at 56 service stations nationwide. For affordable price, high performance, and high mileage, choose Guy Oil's Super 95 gasoline.
Fuel it up and drive.
Welcome back. A new Family Violence Act is giving stronger protections and support to survivors across Guyana. Guyana's fight against gender-based violence is entering a new phase. The Ministry of Human Services and Social Security is rolling out stronger legal protections and new digital tools to ensure faster justice and better support for survivors. According to Human Services Minister Dr. Vindya Prasad, these efforts build on the foundation of the Spotlight Initiative, a global UN-EU partnership to end violence against women and girls. Dr. Prasad says the new Family Violence Act of 2024 is a major leap forward.
The new law, the Family Violence Act of 2024, provides in the law for a survivor to stay on the premises in the home or rented apartment, and the perpetrator has to remove themselves.
The minister said the act is backed by expanded shelter services and rental assistance, helping survivors find both safety and stability. Technology is also transforming Ghana's response. The ministry recently launched the iMatter app, the first of its kind in the Caribbean and Latin America. It includes a panic button linked directly to the 914 hotline, giving survivors quick and discreet access to help and counseling. Dr. Prasad also credited community advocates for driving change.
In 2022, we started the Community Advocate Network, and to date, we have 1,200 Guyanese across all regions who work with us. They're on the ground, they work with us, they provide information, they help with reporting, they help with support.
She described this network as the backbone of Ghana's response, linking survivors to essential services and promoting prevention, nationwide.
This issue of gender-based violence is so multidimensional, and because of the nature of what it is and what we have to do, we know we can't do it alone. So in 2022, we started the Community Advocate Network, and to date, we have 1,200 Guyanese across all regions who work with us. They're on the ground, they work with us, they provide information, they help with reporting, they help with support, and those are things that we want to see continue.
Despite challenges, the ministry continues to work with UN partners and communities, united in building safer, more inclusive, and more resilient homes across Guyana. The Bureau of Statistics has launched a household listening exercise in randomly selected areas across Guyana. The initiative is designed to update key information about residents, which will help guide national surveys, such as the labor force and household budget surveys. Enumerators equipped with official badges and tablet computers are visiting homes to collect basic data on household members. Residents are urged to verify the identity of any enumerator by sending a WhatsApp message to 624-0710, including the region and the enumerator's name. Officials emphasize that all data collected is strictly confidential and will only be used for statistical purposes. This periodic exercise helps the Bureau maintain accurate and up-to-date information, supporting evidence-based policy making and research across sectors such as population, labor, health, and the economy. The Bureau of Statistics is Ghana's official government agency for collecting, analyzing, and disseminating statistical information. Its work ensures policymakers, researchers, and the public have access to reliable data while protecting the privacy of individuals and households. Students of D. Bishops High School are getting a head start on their future as the school's alumni launch the 2025 Student Conference and Career Fair. The week-long event, hosted at the Carmichael Street campus from October 13th to 17th, is designed to help students build skills and gain insight into life beyond high school. From mentorship and networking to exposure in STEM, business, arts, and sports, the initiative creates pathways for students to explore higher education and career opportunities. Former president of the alumni chapter, Philip Peroon, explains how the idea for the student conference was born.
As a chapter, when we were reviewing our agendas and so forth, we wanted to find a way how we could give back to the school. Instead of just sending donations, we wanted to do something a little more meaningful. So a team of alumni members came together and they had this discussion about doing a student conference.
Current President Sharon Thomas says this year's conference focuses on preparing students for the modern world of work.
This year we are focusing more on what's going on in the world. There's a lot of technology, there's AI, and we wanted to expose the students to that kind of choices in where they can go after they finish high school.
Thank you. Outside of AI and the growing technology era, what else are you looking to expose the children to?
We're looking to expose them to mentors who will sit with them and share their experiences. We're also looking to keep them motivated by doing team building exercises, and that's where they learn to work as a community.
Headmistress Chandrina Welcome Lee added the conference has had a lasting impact on both students and teachers.
This conference is extremely beneficial to the students. As the principal, this is my second conference. After the first one, what we saw was a tremendous change in students' behavior, their attention to schoolwork, their commitment to their studies, students and teachers. The interactions that our students and the teachers have with your students when they're here for this week is so beneficial to the entire school. And not just the presentations, but the interactions that are informal benefit the students and the teachers of the school. And it has helped us tremendously from 2023 to now.
The conference concludes on October 17th with team building and speed mentoring sessions, leaving the Bishops High students better prepared to navigate their next chapter. Ghana's Ministry of Human Services and Social Security is intensifying its focus on youth rehabilitation through a targeted new initiative, the CUTE program. Developed by the ministry's probation department, the program is designed to promote behavioral change, reduce repeat offenses, and reintegrate vulnerable young people into society.
The Ministry of Human Services and Social Security looking comprehensively at the country and at the ministry and where we were in terms of programs that would impact tangibly on vulnerable populations, and also looking at strengthening or building systems to have a very structured output where we have measurable indicators of what we were able to achieve.
Minister of Human Services Dr. Vinder Prasad made the remarks during an appearance on the Starting Point podcast, where she outlined how the initiative forms part of a wider reform strategy to support at-risk youth and their families. The program focuses on early intervention and equips probation officers with specialized training to connect with youth on a human level, promoting accountability, discipline, and positive transformation.
It is not just care. It is care that is tailored for the community, care where we train people, and care where we monitor and assess them as well, so they have to meet standards. And that brought us to the next level, and we were able to take 10 of these to centers of excellence. So it has been a very comprehensive program, and you will see more of that being built out. And I think the highlight was when His Excellency and I were able to open the first day-night care and early childhood center, changing the landscape of care in the country.
Each youth program cycle is customized to unique needs of different communities, integrating family involvement and local partnerships to create a strong circle of support. Officials say the ultimate goal is to address the root causes of juvenile delinquency, shifting the focus from punishment to prevention and empowerment. The ministry has indicated this initiative will be continuously evaluated and expanded as part of Ghana's broader social protection and youth development agenda. The government of Ghana is stepping up its commitment to grassroots engagement, following a clear directive from President Dr. Irfan Ali. The initiative aims to close the gap between policymakers and citizens by bringing ministers, parliamentarians, and advisors directly into communities across the country. The goal is simple: to listen, respond, and deliver solutions that improve public services. This marks a shift from traditional office-based governance to a more hands-on, people-centered approach focused on transparency, accountability, and citizen participation. The outreach covers key areas like health, education, housing, water, and agriculture, ensuring development that is both inclusive and sustainable.
When I started this meeting here just now, I didn't only listen to agriculture issues, but on all the sectors: health, education, housing, water, all. I asked the residents to raise issues, because what we have now, we have a well-coordinated system that issues that raise here, my officers then will enter it into the system that we have, and my other colleagues then will see for their sector. Likewise me.
Minister Mustafa's work highlights its wider government strategy. By engaging directly with farmers and rural residents, the Agriculture Ministry says he's better positioned to shape policy that strengthen food security and boost local production, aligning with Ghana's goal to cut food imports by 25% by the end of 2025.
When you have technical people who normally go into the community to deliver services, you might have a bottlenecks. All the complaints don't reach the politician or reach the minister desk or even the prime minister or the president. And that is why the president is encouraging, as a matter of fact, he's instructing us that we must come out directly. We must go out to the community on a regular basis. People must interact with his ministers and his MPs and advisors so that they can have first-hand knowledge.
This model of governance, rooted in active community participation and rapid government response, is expected to continue over the next 5 years. It reflects a broader national vision to make government more accessible, more responsive, and more effective in meeting the real needs of Guyanese people. When we come back, farmers saddle up for the Ruminant Expo as Region 5 gets ready to showcase the best in livestock. Plus, BIT trainees serve success at their final culinary showcase. And later, Queensway Security steps up to boost local cricket with this year's Super 50 Championships.
Your business is built on hard work, vision, and the drive to succeed. At GBTI, we understand what it takes to grow. That's why we offer Grow, a small business service designed to help your business expand, adapt, and reach its full potential. From new opportunities to new milestones, we're here to support you every step of the way. Grow from GBTI. Progress starts here.
You're watching Night News on 6 at 6. Thanks for staying with us. Farmers in Region 5 are gearing up for the Ruminant Expo and competition, a major showcase of Ghana's best livestock and breeding talent. Excitement is building along the west coast of Berbice as livestock farmers prepare for the Ruminant Expo and competition this Sunday at the Rising Sun Turf Club in Weldad. The event, organized by the Ministry of Agriculture through the Ghana Livestock Development Authority, will bring together both experienced breeders and newcomers, showcasing sheep, goats, and cattle from across the country. Farmers are putting the finishing touches on their animals, ensuring they are well-groomed, healthy, and ready to compete for more than 21 prizes across multiple categories. Veteran farmers are returning with award-winning livestock, while newer entrants are making their mark with well-cared-for herds. The competition is not only about winning, but also about promoting best practices in breeding, nutrition, and animal care. In addition to the livestock competition, the expo will feature a livestock auction, technology displays, and the popular Fireside Curry Challenge, highlighting the culinary traditions connected to livestock farming. With over 33 farmers from Regions 3, 4, 5, and 6 participating, the event continues to reinforce Region 5's position as Ghana's livestock capital. The expo celebrates the skill, dedication, and innovation of Ghana's farmers while supporting the country's goals for agricultural development and food security. The Eccles Training Center was filled with mouth-watering aromas last evening as trainees from the Board of Industrial Training's Commercial Food Preparation Program hosted a practical dinner, marking the end of 4 months of culinary training. Under the guidance of instructors Grace Andres Grant and Cheryl Sam, the trainees showcased dishes like honey mustard chicken, beef kebabs, and stuffed fries, impressing guests with both flavor and presentation. Minister of Labor Kiyomo Griffith praised their dedication, calling the training a foundation to build on, whether through entrepreneurship or continued learning. The event also honored Breast Cancer Awareness Month, featuring remarks from former trainee and survivor Belinda Drakes, who shared how the program kept her motivated during recovery. The evening closed with pride and applause as the trainees now prepare for their official graduation ceremony in the weeks ahead. In sports, the Ghana Cricket Board GCB has announced Queensway Security Service as the official title sponsor for this year's Men's Senior Intercounty Super 50 Championships. The launch event took place yesterday at the historic Harmonstone Lodge, bringing together players, coaches, and GCB executives, including Cricket West Indies Director Sean Messiah and former West Indies Test batsman Travis Dowling.
Cricket is an integral part of our country, our past, is a part of our history, our present, and I believe it's going to be a big part of our future. And I am very happy to be a part of this. I think this is what is needed to make sure that we promote cricket going forward for the future.
Speaking at the event, Queensway CEO Mohammed Calendar expressed pride in supporting the championship and highlighted the company's commitment to enhancing the cricket experience in Guyana. The tournament will follow a round-robin format, culminating in a final showdown with all matches live-streamed via FL Sports. GCB Operations Manager Anthony DeAndre stressed the importance of hosting matches in rural areas, including Essequibo, to foster cricket development and support President Irfan Ali's initiative to promote the sport in indigenous communities. This season will also feature a bonus point system, adding an extra competitive element to the tournament. New Zealand's White Ferns finally notched their first win of the Women's World Cup, defeating Bangladesh by 100 runs in Guwahati. After losses to Australia and South Africa, New Zealand bounced back strongly, led by Brooke Halliday, who scored 69, and Sophie Devine, who added 63. Their 112-run stand helped the Ferns recover from a shaky 38 for 3 to post 227 for 9. In reply, Bangladesh faltered early, collapsing to 33 for 6 before Fahima Khatun offered resistance with 34 off 80 balls. But the Tigresses were bowled out for 127 in under 40 overs. Pacer Leah Tuhu, marking her 100th ODI appearance, started with figures of 3 for 22, sealing New Zealand's dominant victory and keeping their World Cup campaign alive. Still ahead, CARICOM welcomes the Gaza ceasefire. Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado wins a Nobel Peace Prize, and thousands of Gazans return to the ruins of their homes as the guns fall silent after 2 years of war. Welcome back. CARICOM is urging all parties to fully honor the Gaza ceasefire. The Caribbean Community CARICOM has welcomed the initial ceasefire agreement in Gaza, describing it as a key step toward easing humanitarian suffering and ensuring the safe return of Israeli hostages. In a statement released Friday, the Conference of Heads of Government of CARICOM outlined the terms of the agreement, which included a sustained pause in hostilities, withdrawal of military forces, reciprocal release of hostages and prisoners, and immediate humanitarian access. The community called these measures constructive and fundamental. CARICOM urged all parties to fully honor the agreement and stressed that this first phase should serve as a foundation for a permanent and unconditional ceasefire. The organization also reiterated its support for a two-state solution, emphasizing that a lasting peace in the region must respect the legitimate security and dignity of both Israelis and Palestinians. The statement highlights CARICOM's ongoing commitment to international law, diplomacy, and regional advocacy, while monitoring developments in Gaza closely to promote dialogue and cooperation. Still in the region, Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado has won the 2025 Nobel Peace Prize for her fight against dictatorship in her country. The 58-year-old activist, who lives in hiding, called the award a victory for Venezuelans seeking democracy, saying this is an achievement of a whole society.
This is something that I believe the Venezuelan people deserve. I am just part of a huge movement, and I don't know. I'm humbled. I'm grateful, and I'm honored not only by this recognition, but I'm honored to be part of what's going on in Venezuela today. I believe that we are very close to achieving finally freedom for our country and peace for the region. I believe that even though we face the most brutal violence, our society has resisted and insisted to struggle through civic means and peaceful means. And I believe that the world will now understand how urgent it is to finally, succeed, because of the implications, not only, I insist, for Venezuela and Latin America. This will have enormous impact for the hemisphere, the whole hemisphere, and for the world.
The announcement drew criticism from the White House, where spokesperson Stephen Chung called the decision political, just days after U.S. President Donald Trump claimed credit for brokering a Gaza peace deal. The Nobel Committee praised Machado as a courageous defender of freedom, noting Venezuela's ongoing economic and political turmoil under President Nicolas Maduro. It's unclear if Machado will attend the December 10th ceremony in Oslo. She becomes the first Venezuelan and the sixth Latin American to receive the Peace Prize, a recognition many hope will renew global pressure for democratic change in Venezuela. Finally this evening, thousands of displaced Palestinians made their way back to the ruins of their homes today, as the ceasefire between Israel and Hamas took effect, ending 2 years of war. A huge column of people walked north along Gaza's coastal road, returned to shattered neighborhoods in Gaza City and Khan Yunis. Reuters reports that what began as joy quickly turned to heartbreak. Many wept as they confronted the sheer scale of destruction. Entire neighborhoods flattened, streets impassable, and little left of their former lives. Many wept or sifted through rubble for anything salvageable. Under the deal, Israeli troops have 24 hours to withdraw from urban areas, while Hamas must release 20 Israeli hostages within 3 days. In return, Israel will free more than 1,900 Palestinian prisoners and detainees. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu vowed Hamas must disarm, the easy way or the hard way. Both sides have hailed the truce as a breakthrough, with Hamas officials saying they've been assured the war is over, but questions remain about who will govern Gaza once the fighting truly ends. And that's all for this edition of Ignite News on 6 at 6. For more stories, visit ignitenews.com or follow us on social media. Thanks for watching. I'm Rihanna Nekram. See you next time for more Ignite News.